Hello friends, this video on NEET ecology is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Let's talk about the national park. So national park can be defined as an area owned and protected by national government for conservation of plants and animals. So all of the national park which we were discussing some time back, they all come under the control of national government. So however, they are also run by the state government. So here visitors are allowed to enter, but the park will be protected from human exploitation. Human exploitation in the sense cutting down forests or hunting of animals. So all of these would not be allowed, or even cultivation in these areas, they are not allowed. So even though humans are allowed, but any kind of human exploitation is strictly not allowed. Now, any area cannot be called as a national park. So there are certain criteria to evaluate a national park. For example, minimum size in terms of the area, minimum size of a national park should be 1000 hectares. That should be the minimum area. Secondly, this particular area should have sufficient budget and staff. So why do you need budget and staff? Now, since you are going to kind of take care of such a huge number of plants and animals residing in that area, you need somebody to take care or somebody to invigilate if any wrong thing is not happening in that area. Therefore, you need staff. Now, the moment you need staff, you need budget to pay salary to these staff, right? So that particular area need to have sufficient budget and staff. And third criteria is that all kind of exploitation activities should be prohibited. In fact, should be strictly prohibited. So these are the three exploitation prohibited. So these are the three criteria to evaluate a national park. Now let us talk about the sanctuaries. So what are sanctuaries? These are areas which provide protection to wildlife against hunting and predation. So that means nobody is allowed to hunt an animal. At the same time, the animals are also not allowed to kill another animal and destroy that species. So these are also areas. So this is exclusively for wild animals, and that is why it is called animal sanctuaries. So it provides protection to Now some sanctuaries even take injured and abandoned animals and then nurse them and take care of them. That is, they take care of the entire rehabilitation of such abandoned animals. So here special care or special attention is given to protect the endangered species. That is, their numbers are closely monitored just to see that their numbers are not decreasing any further. So they are animal sanctuaries. So these are mainly they are exclusively for wildlife or wild animals. So here suitable conditions for survival of animals are ensured, because as I said that their main focus is to protect the endangered species. So they do not want them to die. They do not want their numbers to reduce any further. Now, when we talk about wildlife sanctuary and national park, maybe both of them sounded quite similar, because both of them are trying to protect the animal species, hunting not allowed, predation not allowed. So how do they differ? So if you talk about a wildlife sanctuary, the ownership is with the government or with private individual or organization. Now, and that is why you saw that the number of wildlife sanctuaries in India is around 500, because they can be owned by government as well as by private individuals or organization. But for national park, the ownership is always with the government. It is always government owned. So that is one difference. Secondly, for wildlife sanctuary, there is no physical boundary to restrict public access. That means even though roughly a particular area is called a wildlife sanctuary, but you cannot restrict people to enter inside that area. So there should be a route through that area through which public can also travel. So you cannot restrict public access. However, in national park, there is a defined boundary and public access is allowed only after approval. So it is like no, if anybody and everybody cannot pass through that area. So national park means it is totally with a fixed boundary. Anybody who has to enter need to get an approval, need to take permission, and only then they can enter that area. So it is like if in terms of accessibility, national park is more strict than wildlife sanctuary. Wildlife sanctuary primarily protect animals, whereas national park protects plants, animals, and historic objects. So anything that exists in within the region of a national park, all of it is protected. Now, as I said, that national park is like a region which already existed. You just put a boundary in that particular area, and you kind of ensure protection of each and everything that exists there. Wildlife sanctuary is large, but national park is larger with more diversity. So if you compare a wildlife sanctuary with a national park, a simple distinction is that national park is at a larger scale than that of wildlife sanctuary. It is bigger in size. It has plants, animals, historic objects, everything. It is owned by the government, and it doesn't allow public access without permission. So that ways you can see that national park is at a larger scale when compared to the wildlife sanctuary. Now, you would have seen that, as I said, that in national park, normal public access is not given with this, but if they give you permission, so permission in the sense, you would have seen that if you visit any national park, you need to buy tickets. So you pay for the tickets, and the money which you pay for the tickets, the same money is used for various conservation measures. Like as I was telling, that for a national park you need budget, you need staff. So from where will that budget come? So a part of the budget comes from the tickets which people buy to visit a national park. Now, why do people visit national park? Because a lot of people, they want to see different types of plants and animals in their natural habitat. Like how do the animals live in their natural habitat? So just to enjoy that, people often visit national park. So the money which they pay, they help the national park to sustain themselves. Now, as we were talking about the historic objects in national park, now a question might be arising in your mind that we often think of a national park as a place where we only have plants and animals. But what kind of historic objects are we talking about? Like in many national parks, you would see historic objects like rock shelters in Satpura National Park. So rock shelters, rock paintings, and all of these are what they are, historic objects. So if you look at the rock paintings and rock shelters, they talk about the prehistoric human life in jungles. And you see these kind of historic objects in national parks like the Satpura National Park. So national park has all of these plants, animals, and historic objects. Now,
thank you. Please visit examfear.com for free quality education. You can learn with a simple 4-step learning process wherein you can watch video lessons, you can ask your questions, you can refer notes, and you can take a free online test. We have content for class 6 to 12 on physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology along with practical videos. So please subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Thank you.